Hey everybody, what's happening? So excited to be here. Today we're going to be talking about the close-up one more time because it's so freaking important. Let me tell you why. If you haven't watched some of my previous posts, go back and watch them because that will explain. But just a brief recap of why it's important to master the close-up is because it is the most powerful shot there is. Whenever there is an important moment of discovery, moment of decision, the filmmaker will generally frame that up with a close-up. So if you are a person who has spent a lot of time on stage and you are used to physically expressing yourself in a very broad manner, that does not translate in a close-up. Every other shot, all the way up to a medium close-up, you'd probably be fine. But once you get into the close-up, you've got to learn how to modify the physical expression of your performance for the camera. Now, we talked about the 4 principles of a captivating close-up. They are active listening, seamless acting, emotional availability and vulnerability, and maximum exposure of the eyes. Those 4 things in combination create a captivating performance. Here's the thing about a close-up. When you go to the movies and you witness a well-executed close-up, will you automatically fall in love with that character? Why is that? Well, you fall in love with them because that actor is in the same physical proximity that your most closely held loved ones. Bradley Cooper, Star is Born, I'm totally in love. He had some amazing close-ups. Never thought about the guy before. Now he's my new boo in my head. All right, so we are going to take a look at a close-up that has 2 incredible actors in it, and they are executing their close-ups in very different ways, and it's extremely interesting. So let's take a look.
Oh. How you doing?
Oh. I have these dreams, sir.
Dreams?
Yes, sir. Wait. You and me, Ingram and Baker and Raymond Shaw.
Okay.
See, I remember it happened like you just said, and then I don't.
Well, we had it pretty rough over there. A long time ago, memory shift.
Do you have dreams, sir?
Everybody has dreams.
No, not these.
No, I don't.
Did you see that? Come on now. Just need to breathe. All right, let's talk about it. It was so good. Jeffery Wright is an unstable soldier, and he runs into his commander. And so how does he create this performance in a close-up? Well, dang, he has all this tension in his face. He's got nervous tics in his face. Even the angle that he's positioned his body, right, in relationship to the camera, right, all of that makes us feel uncomfortable for him, right? He just seems so unstable. Why? Because he had all these nervous tics and tension in his face, and he had this, thing going on, right? So that made us, the audience, feel like something's not right with that guy. What was so fantastic about it was the contrast to Denzel Washington, right? So we have Jeffery Wright, who's unstable, and then we have Denzel Washington, who at this point in the movie is very stable. So what did he do to execute his close-up? Well, his face was squarely forward, very relaxed in the face, and maximum exposure of the eyes. Now, there was just this little piece of tension right here, but what did that tension communicate? His concern for his comrade. But everything else about Denzel's performance was designed to show the contrast in these 2 men. If you don't have the ability to control the nervous tics that show up on your face, then, trust me, you're creating something, but it may not be what you want. And that's why it's so important. Look, as I said before, the close-up is something that it's not a big deal if you know how to do it. But if you don't know how to do it, when you get on set and you are in a close-up and you are uncomfortable or unsure, that is what's going to be picked up. Because in the close-up, we see everything. I mean, everything. I am teaching a close-up class. It's the last class that I'm going to teach before I go shoot season 2 of my show. You can do one of two things. You can learn on set. That takes a long time, right? It might take you several years to be working on enough sets to learn how to do it. Or you can do it in 10 weeks with me. Okay? I'll put the info below if you're interested in that. As always, remember, you are the one. Have a great day.